You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park.
Islam Makhachev is widely regarded as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, even though UFC CEO Dana White might beg to differ. Despite the accolades and near-universal praise from fighters and fans, Arman Serkanov believes Makhachev might be overrated. Arman Serkanov, who will face Makhachev for the UFC lightweight title in the main event of UFC 311 this January, thinks the public has built Makhachev into something he's not. He's not that good like people think, Serkanov told ESPN in a recent interview. People think he's unbeatable, like crazy wrestling, but like I took him down when I was 22 years old. The two previously met in April 2019. It was Serkanov's UFC debut, taken on short notice, and the bout went the full 15 minutes. Although Serkanov ultimately lost via unanimous decision, he left a lasting impression with his gutsy performance. Reflecting on that fight, Serkanov is confident he's the only fighter in the lightweight division capable of dethroning Makhachev. "First of all, I know how to wrestle very well," Serkanov said. "Second, I'm young and hungry. I've never had the belt, so it drives me very well. I have a lot of energy for the trainings, and I believe I'm the guy who's gonna beat him. But the most important thing is that I'm very hungry. I want that belt so much. It's a dream." When I got in the UFC, I was thinking about that. I've been thinking about it for 5 years. Sean Strickland, who was scheduled to fight Dricus du Plessis at UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia, just posted a video of his weight. The former middleweight champion currently weighs 223 pounds, which gives him almost 2 months to make 180 pounds. Strickland will need to cut almost 40 pounds to meet the middleweight limit, and used to cut down to 170 pounds to reach the welterweight limit.
전준수도 컸는데 너무 큰데. 오케이. Now. 총이 있어. Shout through that. 223. Kilo. Wow. 100. 와. 84 kilo 5. Yeah. 16 kilo. 101 kilo.
Real fat, guys. Real fat.
Was Umar Nurmagomedov fast-tracked to a title shot because of his last name? Not necessarily, says two-time bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz, who already sees the 28-year-old as championship material. "They're the two best bantamweights in the world right now," Cruz said on ESPN MMA. "Easily. You cannot..." I know people want to try to trash Umar because of whatever the amount of fights he's had. It's not his fault. It's matchmaking. It's hard to matchmake, guys. A lot of people don't know him very well. And you're not getting paid a lot to fight a champion, essentially because now you're going to fight a guy that's not ranked, and you're ranked number 5 right now. You're not going to get paid championship money, and that guy's a champion. It's like nobody wants to fight that guy, Cruz added, referring to Nurmagomedov. Umar Nurmagomedov's real challenges haven't been inside the octagon, but outside it, finding opponents willing to face him. Earlier this year, the UFC signed Bekzat Almakhan from Kazakhstan to step up against Nurmagomedov. Following that, top contender Corey Sandhagen became one of the few on the roster willing to share the cage with the undefeated Dagestani. While Nurmagomedov's journey to gold hasn't been as grueling as Dvalishvili's, he's eager to seize the moment at UFC 311. A victory would see him join Khabib, his brother Usman, and longtime friend Islam Makhachev as a world champion. Flyweight contender Kai Kara-France isn't convinced the UFC will bring back Muhammad Mokaev, citing his fighting style as a key reason. "He's boring," Kara-France said during an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show. "This is fighting. It's not wrestling. It's not hugging. Don't pull someone's pants down in the middle of a fight that's desperate and ugly. That's not what the fight game is about. If it was just about wrestling or doing the bare minimum to win, that's all I'd train. But no one wants to see that. People don't pay good money to watch someone dry hump their opponent on the ground. There's not much skill in that, it's just holding on." Guys like that eventually get found out in the UFC. Despite Kara-France's criticism, Mokaev has yet to be found out in MMA. He exited the UFC with an impressive 7 straight wins, including victories over ranked opponents Manel Kape, Alex Perez, Tim Elliott, and Charles Johnson. While Mokaev might not be considered the most entertaining fighter in the 2024, he highlighted a superior finishing record in the UFC compared to Kara-France. "More finishes than you in the UFC, bro," Mokaev shot back on X, formerly Twitter. "Only been in UFC 2 years, had 7 fights and 4 finishes with 2 heavy injuries. You've been in the UFC 8 years. Now do the math. Kape owns you, BTW." Mokaev joined the UFC in 2022 and left with a 57% finish rate. Meanwhile, Kara-France, the number 4 flyweight contender, holds a 38% finishing rate with just 3 finishes since his 2018 debut. Joe Rogan believes there's a key reason why Conor McGregor's career hit a wall and took a rapid downward turn. In the early days of his UFC career, McGregor was laser-focused on success, showing an undeniable hunger that captivated fans. However, after realizing his dreams and becoming a two-division champion, the Irishman's drive seemed to wane. His thirst for dominance was quenched. Following his historic achievements, McGregor reportedly earned hundreds of millions from his boxing match with Floyd Mayweather, with his rising superstar status fueling the growth of his various business ventures. While the old saying goes, it's tough to get out of bed to do road work at 5 a.m. when you've been sleeping in silk pajamas, Rogan argues that money alone isn't what derailed McGregor's career. I don't know if Conor's ever going to fight again, Rogan shared during a recent episode of the JRE podcast. I don't know the real details of that case. I know his version of it and her version of it and what played out in court. But the reality is that guy's partying, and he's partying real hard. He talked about it in the court case. He was talking about cocaine. Drawing parallels to UFC legend Jon Jones, Rogan suggested that McGregor's hard partying lifestyle is the real culprit behind his decline. You've got consistent trauma to your fucking dome over and over and over again. Then you get a little bit of coke and you're feeling good again, Rogan explained. I bet you get addicted to it. The guy obviously likes extreme things, which is why he's such a great fighter. They're wild people. It's why Jon Jones liked cocaine too.
Let's go. Yeah, nah, I ain't trying to go fast. Oh, hell no.
This shit doesn't fucking
Hell no. Nah, I ain't trying to go fast. Fuck the highway. Fuck the highway, bro. That shit was like, no way. That shit was a little scary, bro. I'm gonna lie. Hell no. I got kids at home. Shit.
I'm telling you.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.